Sometimes a game can be difficult to judge. Are my early experiences valid enough to form an opinion, or can they be outweighed by how I feel after many hours playing? This is the question I ponder as I write this review for Dust Raiders, a management strategy game set in a lawless wasteland that pulls heavily from the world of Mad Max. As I set out on my initial journey, exploring the map via a top-down view, triggering random events which could reward me with various cargo or loot, fighting enemies in real-time battles, and refueling, repairing and trading at enclaves I discovered out in the wilderness, my overriding thoughts could be summed up, rather thematically, by Immortant Joe. However, as I continued to play and get a better grasp of the trading system, learning which enclaves needed what and how I could exploit that to maximise my revenue, upgrade the weapons on my caravan, recruit NPCs and buying more vehicles to help out in battles, the game started to click, and I found myself enjoying the core loop. Then, when I fixed the broken bridge that allowed me to access the next area as it were, I found out that I could upgrade the puny fuel tank I'd been using. This was a game changer, as no longer was I restricted to going from enclave to enclave making sure I had enough fuel to make it to the next one. Now I could roam free and further expand my trading routes. It also allowed me to explore more freely, as I didn't need to worry about discovering an enclave to refuel. I find myself struggling to decide whether this was a good piece of design, helping to make you feel stronger as you rebuild your caravan, or an early annoyance that you could perhaps do without. I think each player will react to it differently. Once in the new area, there was access to more expensive cargo that could fetch a better price and increase my revenues. With access to better weapons, I was nearly kitted out to take on the challenge that the game sets you at the beginning. Kill Sawblade and take revenge for what he has done to you. With my enlarged fuel tank and heavily armoured caravan, I ventured deeper into the wilderness to seek him out. Unfortunately, the scamp turned tail and ran after I'd reduced most of his caravan to a smoking heap of twisted metal. I was then told I need to chase him west, so off I set. Once in this latest part of the map, however, the lack of variety in the game finally hit. I had two roadblocks that needed to be removed to progress: unlock a giant gate and have a robot clear a minefield for me. Both options required me to bring various amounts of certain cargo to the robot or door to progress. I realised that I had to now travel back across the map to the previous areas and restart my trading routes to earn enough currency to buy the cargo to progress. It felt like I was back doing something I'd been doing hours earlier, and all the progress I had made was kind of pointless, other than being able to fend off the harder persistent random battles which had started to grate. Meanwhile, in the back of my mind I had the feeling that all that would be awaiting me beyond the giant gate was a similar grind and then battle with Sawblade. Would that even be the final battle, or would he once again flee, setting me back at the start? I was beginning to feel a bit like Sisyphus. Throughout my time playing Dust Raiders, I experienced many ups and downs. There were times when I enjoyed the trading loop and combat, but other times the travelling backwards and forwards and dealing with random battles would get on my nerves, and it all felt like busy work. Ultimately, my initial impressions were probably on the money, and despite finding some enjoyment later on, it wasn't enough to overcome the various issues I have with the game. In the end, Immortant Joe had been right all along.